Hello, friends. Welcome back to Scrapbook and Cards Today here on YouTube. I am Mirisha. Thank you for joining me. Today, I'm excited to share one of my favorite fall projects with you, a beautiful autumn card filled with shimmer, shine, and a touch of gold elegance. I'll be walking you step by step through how I use Distress Spritz, hot foiling, and a few fun die cuts to bring this card to life. So let's jump right in. First, I'm starting with colored cardstock from Concord and Ninth. These rich fall tones are perfect for the season. I selected spiced cider, sunflower, cranberry, and evergreen, but feel free to use any colored cardstock of your choice. To add extra texture and shimmer, I decided to use Distress Spritz on the colored cardstock. I'm using Spice Marmalade, Fossilized Amber, and Barn Door. These colors blend perfect together so naturally and are perfect for creating the look of real autumn leaves. I'll begin by applying Spice Marmalade first to this colored cardstock, and then I decided to bring in Rustic Wilderness just to add a hint of green. Don't be afraid to layer your colors. Using more than one spritz shade makes each leaf feel unique, just like in nature. And look at that shimmer and shine. I love it. I'll continue to repeat the steps with the other cardstock that I have. Now, here's another tip for you as well. You can spray up close for bold droplets and intense shimmer, or you can spray farther away like I'm demonstrating for a light, misty sparkle. A mix of both will work as well, and it'll allow your leaves to look more natural and textured. As far as drying, you do have the option to allow your cardstock to air dry or to speed up the drying process. You can apply heat with your heat tool. I just love how this turned out. Look at all of that sparkle and shine. Now it's time for the next step. Next, I'm turning on my Glimmer Hot Full system and letting it heat up. While that warms, I'm grabbing the Better Press Autumn Leaf Set, which has the perfect fall leaf designs. This is an 8-piece set. It includes 4 press plates and coordinating dies. The great thing about the Better Press plates is they are compatible with the Glimmer Hot Foil system, so you can use it to foil and press with your Better Press system. I am now positioning the plates on the platform. Once the platform is ready, I'll then bring in the gold brass foil from Spellbinders. I'll cut it down to size, and then I'll place the pretty side of the foil on top of the plates. Then I'll bring in the spritz side of the cardstock and lay it on top. I will then add the plates and press the timer button. When the timer goes off, I will then remove the platform and run it through my die cutting machine. And then will come the best part, the peel and reveal. Look at that golden shimmer. Oh my goodness, these foiled leaves are so gorgeous. I love it. I decided to repeat this step with the sentiments as well. I'm using Spellbinder's Better Press Autumn Sentiment Set. This includes 3 sentiments and the coordinating die set. Now you do have the option to mix and match. You can, instead of hot foiling, you can press it with your Better Press system. So that's an option as well. Just look at these leaves after foiling. Aren't they stunning? It looks totally different from when we first started by adding spritz to the cardstock. The gold brass foil really brings out every detail and adds that gorgeous shimmer that shifts in the light. I love that. I love how each leaf feels unique with the shimmer sitting differently on the colors. This is honestly one of my favorite parts of this process. The big peel and reveal moment where the magic really happens. I also decided to foil some leaves on vellum for a softer, more delicate look for this project. The mix of vellum and solid cardstock will really add depth and make the design feel light and layered. And for my sentiment, I am using Sending Autumn Cheer. I think this is perfect for this project. When I foil a full panel like this, I don't always die cut every leaf at once. For this project, I just cut out the pieces I needed and stored the rest of the panel for later. That way I'll have extra foiled cardstock ready to go the next time I want to create. Another option is to go ahead and die cut all of the leaves at once, then tuck them into a storage envelope. That way you'll have a little stash of foiled accents ready whenever you need them. For my card panel, I use the emerald cut labels and tag dies from Spellbinders. I love the clean, classic shape these dies give, and to really make it pop, I layered the mat with gold cardstock. That touch of gold around the edges frames the design beautifully and ties in perfectly with the foiled leaves. It also adds just the right amount of shimmer and elegance to the completed card. To build the card, I first position the colored foiled leaves onto the card front. Then I tuck in the vellum leaves behind the colored foiled leaves for contrast. I do encourage you to experiment with the placement of your die cuts before you adhere them to the card front. For a little extra detail, I added an accent of gold twine. This die cut is from Spellbinder's Twine Notes die set. Next, I'm bringing in my sentiment and I'm figuring out the placement. Once I decide where I want to position the sentiment, I added foam tape to the back for dimension, but feel free to stack an extra layer of cardstock behind your sentiment. You'll notice I placed my sentiment slightly off center. I really love doing this because it creates a little more movement on the card and draws the eye across all of those beautiful foiled leaves. I encourage you to please don't be afraid to try this on your own projects. Sentiments don't always have to be perfectly centered. Sometimes shifting it just a touch gives your card a bit of interest and personality. I just love how this card front turned out. The mix of the gold foiling, vellum, and that pop of dimension really brings all the fall vibes together. Now that it's finished, I'm going to go ahead and adhere it onto a 4¼ by 5½ inch top folding card base to complete my project. Here's another tip I love to share with you. Once you're done with your card project, take a step back and look at the overall balance of your card. If one side feels a little heavier, you can always add a small embellishment like enamel dots, pearls, or even an extra vellum leaf just to even things out. It's a simple trick that helps your design feel finished and polished. And here's the completed card. Just look at that shimmer and shine. I love how all of the elements came together to make this design warm, elegant, and full of autumn cheer. Thanks so much for joining me today, friends. I hope this project inspires you to try foiling on your own fall cards, whether with bold colors, vellum accents, or just a splash of shimmer. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss a project. Until next time, keep crafting, stay inspired, and let your creativity shine bright this season.